So till now we had seen that when Jen's mother was killed by a criminal, he decided to take revenge from her and grow up to become a police officer, and he did this. Jen became a police officer and killed that criminal, and at the same time it starts punishing all those people who were proven innocent in the eyes of the law, even after committing crimes. Now further, we see that the police officers gets a call from his senior, who asks him to arrest Vigil. He tells the police officers who was given the task of arresting him that the transfer process is going on in full swing in the police department, and he does not want this case to have any impact on this transfer. That is why he orders to stop this case here. Troy's news channel exposes another criminal. That criminal was none other than the owner of the betting company. The chairman of the company had illegally embezzled crores of rupees with the help of Bitcoin. The actor had told them that the police officers was involved in all this. The head of the company is also involved. He also supports the company which runs the betting business. In the next scene, we see the head of the police officers talking to the chairman of the company, which makes it clear that he is also involved in all this. Here we come to know that the name of the person who killed that actor is Mr. Bang, who was the goon of the company's chairman. Mr. Bang's next task was to remove Troy from the way. He makes a man stand outside Troy's building. As soon as Troy leaves the office, he catches her, but then the police officers comes there and saves Troy. Then he tells Troy not to show anything on your news channel that will make this laugh and hunt people, but Troy says that she will do what she feels is right. After this, Mr. Bang's man comes to his senses, and as soon as he reads the rape story of the police officers, he starts speaking like a parrot. He tells the police officers that he is Mr. Bang's man, but he works for the chairman of the company. Now the police officers takes the man to the place that is the farm from where the company chairman used to carry out his black deeds. The police officers single-handedly tackles the chairman's goons one by one. After that, the police team reaches there and investigates. They find many dead bodies there, which were removed from the road by the chairman's goons. Those dead bodies were thrown in front of the pigs on the farm, so that no evidence could be found. They were able to survive. But here the police officers plays games. He tells in his press conference that this farm belongs to Visla. He even says that the DNA of the dead bodies found there matches those of those killed by Visla. It was here that Jane unmasks the police and starts working on his next target. It was the company's chairman's man, who was a prostitute and a rapist. He was about to make a girl his victim when Jen reaches there and he attacks her and then steals her scarf, in which some important information was written about the chairman of the company. While news channel Vige covers it to keep Lonti in the news, while a message is written on the crime scene, found the person who exposed the lie of the police officers when the police officers had told that Visla was lying in the farm. Then Troy's boss had fired him from the job. He said that by doing wrong reporting, you have made another criminal a hero. But when Vige Lentek sheds light on the truth, Troy is also proved to be right. On returning home, Jen sees that the police officers is following him. After following him for some time, Jen and the police officers come face to face. The police officers tells Jen, "Hey, you stop all this, I will take care of the rest." Jen says that your head had told you not to work on this case. But still, why are you busy on this case? Why should I listen to an officer who hates himself? Hearing this, the police officers gets angry and beats Vigil badly. Not only this, he was about to take her life, but Jen frees himself from him. Jen challenges the police officers that if he gets both his head and the chairman of the company punished, and it will prove that the law of the country still follows honesty, then he will stop doing all this. The next day, the head of the police officers calls him and asks him to close Vigil's case. The police officers toss his head and asks whether he is related to that budding company. On hearing this, the police officer's head asks him to resign from his post. Now the police officers reaches our fake Visla, that is, Anne, and he is assigned a task. His task was to set up a news studio for Troy so that he can cover the entire case without any pressure. During their conversation with each other, Hancock and Troy realize that they both have the same objective. That is, finding out vigilante and exposing the betting company. Troy tells on her news channel that I want public support. I am not one of those people who run away in fear. That is why if anything happens to me, you people will understand. It turns out that this is a trick of the betting company chairman and the police head. The police head gets very angry after seeing this because now his own tricks are being blamed on him. In place of the police officers, a new officer is appointed to work on Vigila's case. Reads the diary in which the betting company's chairman's secrets were hidden. It is written in it that the church father is also involved in money misappropriation. He works to hide the black money of the betting company's chairman and the police head so that no one gets a clue about it. To avoid being caught, Jane catches one of the chairman's men doing currency exchange illegally and takes all the information from his computer on a USB, which makes it clear that the church father is also involved in this. At the same time, Jane is caught by the gang. Jen is seen running and Young chases him. Then when he stops, Hancock says that he enjoys taking such risks. That is why he was running. After this, Hancock removes his mask and reveals his identity, due to which Jen agrees to work with him. He hands over the USB to Hancock so that Troy can expose the church father through his news channel. Hancock says that messing with the chairman could prove costly for you. Jen says even if those people remove me from the way, I will not be sad about this. Then Jen knocks the guard unconscious and enters father's office and kills him. As soon as this news spreads among the people going to the church, a wave of passion runs rampant. Now the police head and the chairman decide to remove Troy, the police officers, and vigilante from the way, so that the case does not proceed further. Troy was about to broadcast the father's news when the police officers warns him. When the police officers comes to Troy's studio, he tells her not to take such a threat, but despite this, Troy does not agree. As soon as the police officers leaves Troy's studio, Mr. Ben tries to take his life. After a brief struggle, Mr. Ben kills the police officers. At that very moment, Jen reached there and saved his life. He is also captured in the security camera there. When Gang gets to know about this, he asks Jen that why did you save the life of the police officers? But Jen says that he wants to turn the police officers into a vigilante as well. The chairman gets angry at Mr. Ben because the police officers were still alive. On the other hand, the chairman's men were busy clearing the transaction history of money from the server. Then there's the server room. Smoke starts coming in. Next moment Jen enters. He removed those men, collected crypto coins, and left all the money recovered from there. Outside an orphanage, he had left a message there that I will sell all these coins and earn money. I will donate if the chairman and the police head do not surrender. Now the government is also trying to arrest the chairman. The police head tells the chairman that now the only way to escape from all this is 6 months of jail, which will put this matter to rest. Then you come out on the bell. The chairman gets very angry at his right-hand Mr. Ben because he did not do his job properly. In a hurry, Mr. Ben kills the mistress of the orphanage and leaves a message there so that everyone feels like that this was Vizsla's work. But the government media and everyone knew that this was just a trick to trap Vizsla. At night, Jane Dan calls Cock and tells him that Troy's life is in danger, so keep an eye on him. But the chairman's men entered Troy's studio. Troy had seen them through the window, so she sets up small cameras and turns on the live stream. But the men break all the cameras and also snatch Troy's phone, due to which the live stream stops there. Gan arrives there and saves her life. After watching the live stream, the new police officers reaches Troy's studio so that he can find out about Vigilante, but Troy refuses to tell anything. She says, who knows? Seeing the laugh, someone might have come to save me. After going home, she was taking bath in the tub. At that very moment, someone cuts the electricity of her house. Here the new police officers comes to the police academy to meet Jen. He says to me, there is suspicion on you. because you were not in the police academy on the day Troy was attacked, and the police academy was also giving the location of the phone from which the cryptocurrency was sold. Then Jen meets Hancock, only then someone informs him. It is said that the investigation is going on in the police academy. Then when the news of the exact phone location comes, it is found that the phone was activated in the police head's office and Jen had deliberately left the phone in the head office, and that phone was also handed over to the new officers. He meets the person with whom the head used to talk to the chairman, and he tells the head officers to confess his crime before the phone wreckers come. This makes the head angry, hence he causes an accident in the car of the new police officers on the way. Both the old officers and Jen were saddened by the death of the new officers. Jen meets the officers and tells that in fact he was the one who left the evidence for the new officers and he will get justice for these honest officers. On the other hand, Mr. Bang had kidnapped Troy. He tortures her so that Troy will give him the information about white long tea, but even after being tortured, Troy does not open her mouth. Then, when Hancock comes to know that Troy has gone missing from his house, he informs Jane about this. Then together, they reach the chairman's office and fight his men. Then she gets a message read from one of the chairman's men that if they leave Troy safe and sound, they will return the stolen crypto coins to Mr. and Troy. He was about to hand over code to the head, but the chairman asked him to hand over Troy by giving him 5 times more money. Here the chairman very cleverly tells his men that we will kill all of them, that is, Troy with Vlade and Mr. Bang that night. Janka, a friend, tells him that these days you have started being absent from class. Why don't you focus on your training? While the police officers is preparing the chairman's men to fight against him with the intention of avenging the death of his fellow officers. The next day, Mr. Bang reached the location with Troy. The chairman also came there with his men. All of them had their eyes fixed on the Core V camera so that they could shoot Vij Long T. After some time, a boy wearing a mask was seen in the camera. But the next moment, a lot of boys wearing masks gathered there. Actually, Hancock had organized a business party, and this outfit was their theme. Then Mr. Bang's man moves forward, with Troy Jen taking advantage of the crowd. He makes her unconscious and takes Troy with him. Meanwhile, the gang chairman and his men are distracted. He, hiding behind the car, asks Troy to do the live stream. Seeing the live stream, the police officers also takes the chairman's men. He reaches the stadium and there is chaos in the stadium, after which the chairman orders his men to kill everyone. On one side, Deng and on the other side, Gan were busy killing the chairman's men. As soon as he saw the lever, it was the police head senior who was the reason for all this. That tells her to control this situation by whatever means. Troy tries her best to ensure that Visla and his identity is not revealed. Meanwhile, both Visla and he were also giving her complete protection. Mr. Bang was surprised to see his men in police clothes, and the chairman also ordered his men to kill the police officers as soon as he saw them. Then he was about to kill Jen by pulverizing him when Jen was killed. The friend who had advised him to focus on training reaches there and takes his friend's life instead of Chairman Jen. Then police cars arrive there, due to which everyone starts running here and there. Jen chases the chairman and Gan stops the chairman's men so that he cannot save the chairman. Then a turn comes where Jen's chairman and Mr. Bang were all facing each other. The police officers also comes there and the police officers confronts Mr. Bang. Jen was dealing with the chairman and on the other side. Suddenly the door closes there. Actually, all of them were inside a big water tank. As soon as the door closes, the police head enters. The police head scolds the chairman very badly, and then he started firing blindly at the others. At the same time, the police officers turned on the tap of the water tank, which filled the place with water in a second, and they hid inside the water. After this, when they came to know that the policeman's pistol is empty, Jen reaches the top of the stairs and rains Mukoti on him. Then the police officers calms his anger and says that our work is done. Now the law will take care of the further work. Only then the twist in the story comes and stabs Mr. and Jen with a knife. Taking advantage of the opportunity, the police had also opens fire on Jen police officers and Mr. Bang, after which the police officers feels that now he will have to take the law into his hands, after which he kills the police head by strangulating him. Meanwhile, Mr. Bang was about to attack him when Jane kills him too. In the next scene, the police takes Troy for questioning. Troy kills Jan. The friend of the person whom the chairman killed was revealed to be Vaj Lonta, and when asked his name, she said that she did not know his name. The next day, Gam wakes up in his bed. Here we learn that Gangkok's rat hand has killed him and Jan. After this we see that Jan was extremely saddened by his friend's death. Troy and the police officers were talking to each other when Troy told that his father had also been falsely accused. Due to this, he died, but despite knowing the truth, no one got him justice. This was the reason why Troy supported Vajla so much. He felt that after all, there is someone who is fighting for the rights of the people without any greed. 10. Seeing Jen sad, both Troy and the police officers wonder whether he will continue this work or not. Now we are shown a scene of a few days later where we see that Jen has set out on a new mission. His next target was the police head senior, who was the root of all the trouble. So friends, with this our story ends here. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell me by commenting. By the way, friends, just a few days ago, I have written about the story of the movie. Had explained that if you people have not seen it till now, then please watch it by clicking on watch next, and all the people who like me